So for 2.6, 2.7, numbers 9 and 10, they're talking about slant asymptotes, and so I'm going to show you how to work with the slant asymptote in both cases. So number 9, does this one have a slant asymptote? Yes, it does. The idea is I have a third degree, that's the largest exponent, over an x squared, which is a second degree. So we called this big over small in the lecture. And when you have big over small, that tells you you have what is called a slant asymptote. To find that, you would take your x cubed minus 5, and you would divide by x squared plus 6. So the idea is, if you take that x cubed off to the side and you divide by x squared, it tells you to write the x on top. So x times x squared is x cubed. X times the 6 is 6x. Now, when you go to subtract x cubed minus x cubed, because they're the same, that's what we're trying to do, they end up being 0. And then be careful here because there's no x term, so it's 0x minus 6x, so I get a negative 6x down here. But because the degree is only 1, and we're dividing by x squared, we're done. And so in this case, my slant asymptote would be at y equals x. Now you could type, put parentheses around the top and the bottom, type it in, and then put this one in the next equation, and you would find out that the slant fits the graph perfectly. Now in the next one, you want to take your x squared plus 1 and divide by x plus 4. And so, again, if you need to, take the x squared, which is on the left, and you divide by x plus 4, or just the x. And again, that tells me to write the x on top. So x times x is x squared. X times 4 is 4x. Now, I've been a little bit lazy because I haven't been putting placeholders in it, so you have to be really careful. X squared minus x squared is the same. We always want these two things to be the same, so when you subtract, you get 0. Now again, there's a 0x technically up here, so you say 0 minus 4x would be negative 4x, and that 1, there's no constant, so that would just come down with it. Now, the x and the negative 4x are the same power, x to the first power, so you have to keep going this time. And so if I put a negative 4 up here, so again, if you didn't know, you would take negative 4x and you divide by x, and that would tell you to write the negative 4. So you take that times both of these things. So I get negative 4 times x is negative 4x. Negative 4 times 4 is negative 16. And when you subtract, negative minus a negative is 0. And then you'd say 1 minus negative 16 is actually adding, so that's going to be 17. That's where that remainder of 17 comes from. But with the slant asymptote, we only need what's sitting on top. So y equals is what they have here, and all you have to do is type in your answer that's on top of your long division.